Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Sri Radhika Sutra Satya Sri Srimad Divine Grace Hirabai Charanarjan Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Bhakti Founder Sharya Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai Namaskar Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai Ram Sankirtan Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Jai Gaur people of all glorious to be assembled all glorious to be assembled glorious to be assembled all glorious to see Guru to see Gauranga all glorious to see Prabhupada Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapanantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shyam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Ditam Svam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Ragitam Vivitakanditam Scha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakantana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hariye Vansakalpatarubhyasya Kipasindhudaiva Patitanam Bhavebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Udayamudiraye For reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supreme human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesa badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhaviti Naistiki By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically connected, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Ramasamitam Tamasloka Charitam Sakara Bhagavan Rishi Nisreya Sayalokasya Dhanyam Swastaya Namaha. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all literature, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate benefit of people, the successful, all blissful, all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Om Sarabhyay Namaha 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 Om Sarabhyay Kam karoti bhajaram pangom nagayate girim yati patamaham bande Sri Gurum Ginasalanam yati patamaham bande Sri Gurum Ginasalanam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Bhagavatam class. We continue from Canto number 2. Did you fix that?
No.
Yeah. Canto number 2, chapter 3, entitled Pure Devotional Service. And today is, yes, text 22, huh?
Yes, that's what.
Yes.
Chapter 3, huh?
2, huh? 22. I think from Indonesia we can fix. Barhaite,
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 Te,
Te,
Layane,
Nayane,
Naranam,
Naranam,
Lingani,
Lingani,
Vishnor,
Vishnor,
Na,
Na,
Diriksato,
Niriksato,
Ye,
Ye,
Padao,
Padao,
Drinam,
Rinam,
Tao,
Tau,
Druma,
Druma,
Janma,
Janma,
Bajao,
Bajao,
Kshetrani,
Kshetrani,
Nanu Vrajato, Nanu Vrajato,
Nanu Vrajato,
Harer,
Harer,
Yao,
Yau,
Barhayate. Let's see. Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate, Te Nayane Naranam,
Lingani Vishnor Riksato te,
Lingani Vishnor Niriksato Ye,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Padao Nirinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Shekani Nanu Vrajato Harer Yao,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Hareyo,
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate Te Nayane Naranam,
Lingani Vishnor Riksato ye,
Lingani Vishnor Niriksato Ye,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Padao Nirinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Shekani Nanu Vrajato Harer Yao,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Hareyo,
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate Te Nayane Naranam,
Lingani Vishnor Riksato ye,
Lingani Vishnor Niriksato Ye,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Harer Yao,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Hareyo, Barhayate Te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate te Nayanam Naranam,
Lingani Vishnor Niriksato Ye,
Lingani Vishnor Riksato ye,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Hareyo,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Harer Yao,
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Lingani Vishnor Nirikshato Ye,
Lingani Vishnor
Niriksato
Riksato
Ye,
ye,
Padauranam Tau Drumajanma Bhajo,
Padao Nrinam Tao Druma Janma Bhajo,
Kshetrani Nanuvat Vrajato Arerau,
Kshetrani Nanu Vrajato Harer Yao.
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Barhayate te Nayane Naranam,
Lingani विष्णोर्न निरीक्षतो ये
लिङ्गानि विष्णो न निरीक्षतो ये
पादौ नृणां तौ द्रुमजन्मभाजौ
पदौ नृणं तौ द्रुमजन्मभाजौ
क्षेत्राणि नानुव्रजतो हरेर्यौ
क्षेत्राणि ननु हरेर्यौ Barhayite, like plumes of a peacock.
like
like
plume
plume
of
of
peacock.
peacock.
Te, those. Nayane,
Nayane,
eyes.
eyes.
Naranam,
Naranam,
of men.
of men.
Lingani,
Lingani,
forms. Vishnu,
Vishnu,
of the personality of Godhead.
Of the personality of Godhead.
Na, does not.
Does not.
Dirikshataha,
Nirikshataha,
look upon.
Look upon.
Ye,
Ye,
all such.
all such.
Padao,
Tadao,
legs.
Legs.
Nirinam,
Narinam,
of men.
Of men.
Tau,
Thou.
those.
Those.
Drumajanma,
Janma.
being born of the trees.
Being born of the trees.
Vajau,
Rajao,
like that.
like that.
Chitrani,
Chitrani,
holy places.
Holy places.
Na,
Na,
never.
Never.
Anuvrajataha,
Anuvrajataha,
goes after.
Goes after.
Harehe,
Arehe,
of the Lord.
of the Lord.
Yao,
Yao,
which.
Which.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead Vishnu, his forms, name, quality, etc., are like those printed on the plumes of the peacock, and the legs which do not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered are considered to be like tree trunks. Kindly repeat after me. The eyes which do not look
The eyes which do not look
at the symbolic representation
at the symbolic representation
of the personality of Godhead Vishnu,
of the personality of God Vishnu,
his forms,
his forms,
name,
name,
quality,
quality,
etc.,
etc.,
are like those printed
like those
printed
on the plumes of the peacock,
on the plumes of the peacock.
and the legs which do not move
And the legs do not move
to the holy places
to the holy places
where the Lord is remembered
where the Lord is remembered
are considered to be
are considered to be
like tree trunks.
like trees.
We have a fairly long purport this morning. Especially for the householder devotees. We have two householder devotees. The path of deity worship is strongly recommended. As far as possible, every householder, by the direction of the spiritual master, must install the deity of Vishnu, forms like Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana, or Sitaram especially, or any other form of the Lord, like Nisingha, Varaha, Gauranitai, Vatsya, Kurma, Shalagram Shila, and many other forms of Vishnu, like Trivikrama, Kesava, Achyuta, Vasudeva, Narayana, and Damodar, as recommended in the Vaishnav Tantras or Puranas. And one's family should worship strictly, following the directions and regulations of Archana Vidhi. Where's Chaitanya? Huh? He's dressing. Every day? At least you should hear the the verse before doing that. Should hear the Bhagavatam verse. So continuing here, any member of the family who is above 12 years of age. There we go. How old is Chaitanya? 12. Okay. Speaking about him in the purport. Any member of the family who is above 12 years of age should be initiated because sometimes people ask, how old can one become initiated? Papa is giving here. Anyone approximately age of 12. For some it might be later. For some it might be earlier. Papa did initiate some devotees at a very young age. Rarely. Anyways, so above 12 years of age should be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, and all the members of the household should be engaged in the daily service of the Lord, beginning from morning, 4 a.m. Krishna consciousness is very specific. Morning. For some people, morning is 10 o'clock. In the Western countries, people get up at 10 o'clock. Sometimes later. See, beginning from morning, 10 a.m. till night, 10 p.m. Not 9 p.m., 10 p.m. That's a full day. By performing Mangal Aratik, Niranjana, Archana, Puja, Kirtan, Sringara, Bhoga, Vaikali, Sandhya Arati, Hat, Bhoga at night, Sayan Arati, etc. Engagement in such worship of the deity under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master will greatly help the householders to purify their very existence and make rapid progress in spiritual life and spiritual knowledge. Yes. Simple theoretical book knowledge is not sufficient for a neophyte devotee. Book knowledge is theoretical, whereas the archana process is practical. Spiritual knowledge must be developed by a combination of theoretical and practical knowledge, and that is a guaranteed way for attainment of spiritual perfection. The training of devotional service for a neophyte devotee completely depends on the expert spiritual master who knows how to lead his disciple to make gradual progress towards the path back home, back to Godhead. One should not become a pseudo spiritual master as a matter of business to meet one's family expenditures. One must be an expert spiritual master to deliver the disciple from the clutches of impending death. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has defined the bona fide qualities of a spiritual master, and one of the verses in that description reads, Sivigrahara Dhananityananam Singharatan Mandiramarjanadam Yuktasya Bhaktam Janiyunjatopi Vande Gurau Sri Charanarabindam. Sri Vigraha is the archa or suitable or worshipable form of the Lord. And the disciples or the disciple should be engaged in worshiping the deity regularly by sringara, by proper decoration and dressing, as also by mandira marjana, the matter of cleansing the temple. The spiritual master teaches the neophyte devotee all these kindly and personally to help him gradually in the realization of the transcendental name and quality, form, etc. of the Lord. Mm. So this is like half of the report, uh, very nicely explaining how, especially for householders, deity worship uh, is meant to be a daily practice which should involve all the members of the family. I remember many years back uh, when staying a few days at our Toronto temple in Canada, we had gone to some home program. I think that one initiated devotee, uh, he was, I think, a professional accountant, something. Anyways, he had a nice home, and in his nice home, he had a very nice altar also. Um, Very often we see people, they keep one small little corner or box, but in his home it was like prominent, very large space. One could understand that is like the focus. Nowadays, you walk in most people's home. What's the focus is the big screen,
TV.
television. Yeah. Now they make very very big also. Practically, you can take the whole wall. So that that is the recommended practice uh, for those who are serious in advancing in spiritual life. To know that our home is not our home. Our home is Krishna's home. We are guests. We are servants of the Lord. And so, um, Prabhupada giving nice details uh, how uh, householders in their home they can uh, they can make just like temple should make like temple atmosphere. That's also instructed in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavata Sravana Mathura Vasa Sri Murtira, worshipping the Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. Uh, Second portion of the report. Only attention engaged in the service of the Lord, especially in dressing and decorating the temple, accompanied by musical kirtan and spiritual instructions from the scriptures, can save the common man from the hellish cinema attractions and rubbish sex songs broadcast everywhere by radios and television and etc. If one is unable to maintain a temple at home, he should go to another's temple where all the above performances are regularly executed. Visiting the temple of a devotee and looking at the profusely decorated forms of the Lord, well dressed in a well decorated, sanctified temple, naturally infuse the mundane mind with spiritual inspiration. People should visit holy places like Vrindavan, where such temples and worship of the deity are specifically maintained. Formerly, all rich men, like kings and rich merchants, constructed such temples under the direction of expert devotees of the Lord, like the 6 Goswamis. And it is the duty of the common man to take advantage of these temples and festivals observed in the holy places of pilgrimage by following in the footsteps of great devotees. Anubraja. One should not visit all these sanctified pilgrimage places and temples with sightseeing in mind, like a tourist. But one must go to such temples and sanctified places immortalized by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord and be guided by proper men who know the science. This is called Anubraja. Anu means to follow. It is therefore best to follow the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master, even in visiting temples and the holy places of pilgrimage. One who does not move in that way is as good as a standing tree condemned by the Lord not to move. The moving tendency of the human being is misused by visiting places for sightseeing, very prominent in modern day society. The best purpose of such traveling tendencies could be fulfilled by visiting the holy places established by great acharyas and thereby not being misled by the atheistic propaganda of money-making men who have no knowledge of spiritual matters. In our small community we have in Indonesia, um, because they have a good number of families and therefore a good number of children also from different ages. Uh, Over the years, they've developed a nice habit, possibly in Krishna Valley, they do something similar, um, of celebrating very nicely so many different festivals that come during the year, and making dramas. Children like to, uh, because they also have the traditional art of Vedic dance, Vedic music. Um, they have one particular very elaborate, they call it gamelan, uh, small version here where you, with bamboo, very, very intricate and very involved. And everyone likes to see some drama, like some dance, some uh, narration in connection with the Lord, his different incarnations. So these are the type of activities we should be promoting in our communities, and it's all meant to be centered uh, on the deity form of the Lord. Uh, they perform they perform uh, such dramas actually in a temple in front of the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. Yeah. So Prabhupada is mentioning how uh, modern day tendency of travel is very very much misused. People are It's a money making undertaking. Uh, Here in India, one can travel. There are many uh, arrangements for people to travel. When we go to Badrinath, for example, Chardham, uh, and devotees are, just like recently we went to Rishikesh. So many people are traveling. Of course, very often, even as Prabhupada points out here, the mood is more for sightseeing. It should not be simply for sightseeing. It should be for uh, appreciating the different forms of the Lord, different uh, activities of the Lord, and to also get the good association of those that are devotees who take a vow to reside the rest of their lives in some particular dham. India is blessed in this way because there are so many. One can spend a whole lifetime just. That's what Vidura did. When Vidura was badly insulted by Duryodhana, he he took it the positive way. Krishna wants me to travel. So for 30 years, Vidura uh, traveled to holy places. Uh, so this is the proper way of utilizing uh, our you say mobility, our tendency to move uh, is best utilized in this way. Prabhupada also mentioning how this is especially meant for uh, householders. In another place, Prabhupada mentions how householders, they should be again and again focused on hearing from Shastra, because householders especially have to deal more with mundane material situations, travel, mix with people who are not devotees, etc. So therefore, uh, generally those who are brahmacharis, they will be living in a temple or ashram, or they'll be traveling with sannyasis. They'll be more engaged in spiritual activities. Householders have many distractions, so unless they adopt this process, uh, then it will be more difficult. And later in the seventh canto of the Bhagavatam, Narada Muni, he mentions 5 specific activities. This is the first of five activities that especially householders should be performing on a daily basis. The first one being, of course, everyone also should be worshipping the deity, be attending Mangalarati, etc. What are the other 4 activities prescribed, recommended by Narada Muni?
Duty service.
Deity service.
Blessing, duty blessing.
Uh, well, that is, yeah, worship. The first one, worshiping the deity means that's included, worshiping.
Niranjana, I could not follow what is Niranjana. It is there in the purpose.
Yeah, Niranjan. Who knows Sanskrit? Niranjan Maharaj. Uh, Niranjan. Uh, Jana means people, no? Jana means people. Uh, Niranjana. Somebody can look it up. Yeah, the few words here also. There's a word also, anugraja. Anugraja means to follow in the footsteps. Niranjan, where was it? Yes, Niranjana. Anyone find it?
The one who is spotless and pure.
Who is
Spotless or pure.
spotless?
Yes.
Okay, spotless.
Without blemishes.
Without blemishes, yeah. Niranjana. Well, Prabhupada did mention how uh, the two most important aspects in terms of deity worship are, especially for pujaris. Our pujari just left.
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness, which is connected,
Punctuality.
and punctuality. Correct. I remember when Prabhupada was here in Mayapur, Gaur Purnima 76, 77, Prabhupada would go for his morning walk, and then he would always come back on time. And it was like a very intense moment because Prabhupada expected things to be done, I mean, in connection with deity worship especially, uh, very timely. And the problem was that the deities um, were different arrangement than we have now. The deities were far away from where the recording was, and so somebody had to be very. It was like at one end on the east side actually was where was the altar, and then the pujari room was completely at the other end, and so somebody had to be very attentive and look far away. And sometimes at the last minute something goes wrong with things, with electronics, and at that time, if that would happen, Prabhupada would become very upset, and those who were beside him, uh, his senior men, they would also become very upset, knowing that Prabhupada would be upset also. So yeah, Prabhupada was very uh, strong on this, strongly emphasizing the need to be punctual, to especially in dealing with the deities and the Niranjan uh, temple. Not only the temple, wherever is the whole. For example, we have temple here. The temple means whatever
Shrine.
is, yeah. Just like yesterday, we were walking by the Gurukul side, and uh, our Guru Nitai Prabhu was noticing some bad paper um, on the ground. He just picked it up. Whenever we see something that is uh, dirty, that is not where it should be, then we should be, cleanliness. External cleanliness is a sign of internal cleanliness. Uh, so the other four activities recommended for householders uh, are as follows. One is that every day, in addition to worshiping the Lord, one should cook nice foodstuffs and offer to the Lord. One should also um, to saintly persons, something that Prabhupada he would recall. Yes, I remember as a child, my father every day would have sadhus in his home. Uh, it was like a common practice. Uh, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would visit, when he went touring to different parts of India, uh, even now it is a practice, but especially 500 years ago, it was very much ingrained in the culture. Any sannyasi or any brahmana traveling, householders, they invite. Uh, they're very. They consider it naturally a great fortune to have some saintly persons come to their home and prepare and prasadam for them. So preparing food for saintly persons, preparing food for the Lord, and also it mentions giving food to animals. Not forgetting. I think there's a practice in India. People, they always leave a small amount on the plate. Some people practice that. That they'll give. Yeah. And the fourth one, which is also having to do with prasadam, that householders, that instruction is for everyone also, should only take Krishna prasadam. Yeah, that's also very important. Sometimes we see devotees traveling and they'll buy something that's sold, potato chips, whatever it may be, which is not good. Yeah. Better to make our own potato chips. From the devotee, he makes very good potato chips. Mm. So these things are especially easy to follow here in India because India is the land of dharma and the land of so many temples. And when we were in Vrindavan just recently, we also went to visit different temples. And it's, I mean, it was not Kartik. Month of Kartik is even more crowded. But even we went to Varsana, have to climb. You been? Just one time, huh? Your life is perfect. Only one time is sufficient. Yeah. So many pilgrims traveling to all these holy places. So here's the text again. If there's any comments or questions here. The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead Vishnu, his forms, name, quality, etc., are like those printed on the plumes of the peacock, and the legs which do not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered are considered to be like tree trunks.
I have one doubt question.
Yes,
Due to some reason, if somebody is not able to travel to many places,
you mentally travel.
so my doubt is clear.
It's much less expensive. One pilgrimage when we have a big group, about 40 devotees together. It's not so big, and we were very late to go to Govardhan Parikram. Generally, we go to Govardhan Parikram at early morning, like 6 o'clock, and you go there, and then you start everything. But we arrived at 11, and then we went to this Govardhan ashram to, take darshan and visit, and it was much more late. So Maharaj decided, okay, come to the on the top of the one of the roof, sit down. We start the kirtan. Again, half an hour kirtan. We didn't know when we will start. Sun is really up. And he told, okay, now we start the parikram. And he started to read the book and then started to explain the places, pastime lila places. And we went all around by mind. And we was so happy. And when pilgrimage came and visited and they come, they started to listen, they stayed. So the group become bigger and bigger. It was my best Govardhan Parikrama. Sitting at one place, but sitting at one place, in the shade, and 4 hours, 5 hours, we just went one place to other, one place, explaining the pastime, explaining how it looks like. Everything was perfect. Yeah. There are many books translated by our Goswamis, some of them by some of our present Goswamis. Sivara Maharaj has written some nice books also. And Jidin Maharaj, other devotees. We actually have many literatures that describe different temples, different leelas and pastimes. And so, yeah. And videos. Yes. Like, there are really perfect guides. Indrani Maharaj, he used this time of the COVID. He was just doing mantra parikram, manasa parikram. It's so nice. You can go around again and again, all Vrindavan by following their very enthusiastic explanation. So many pastimes they know. Yes. And when you do like that, no monkey will come and steal your possessions. No thorns. And no thorns on the feet. When we were in Vrindavan, yeah, we were in Vrindavan with a small group of devotees. He was there. My sister was there. My niece was there. So my sister was walking behind me, and she wears glasses. All of a sudden, one monkey comes, takes away the glasses. I mean, so she wasn't hurt or anything, but it's like it happened so quickly, right? And then everyone could understand. Yeah, this monkey is standing there holding the glasses. So when Brajavasi, because they know what to do, huh? I'd never seen this before. So this Brajavasi, he could understand, okay, this foreigner, she lost her glasses. So he goes to a local store, he gets a package of biscuits, and he goes like this to the monkey. Monkey's still standing there with the glasses. And then, somebody should have filmed it. What he does is, after minutes trying like this, he throws the package of biscuits. As he throws the monkey throws the glasses. It was like an exchange. And the glasses came down, fell on the ground. Fortunately, they were not broken, maybe a little scratched. And then so she got her glasses back, and monkey was happy, he got his biscuits. Yeah. I have some scratches in my this glass. I have some scratches still. I have some scratches made by monkey. Yeah. Acha? Then okay. She gave him a packet of fruity. Then he gave the glass. So it's like a common exchange. Leela, they was teaching. But it's very interesting. I mean, he could just as well keep the glasses also. And one time I was going in this rickshaw. From backside, he pulled my cap.
That's gone. There's no exchange, no barter. We forgot that.
Even on rickshaw.
Wasting time.
Yeah, they're very quick. So you have similar experience. Okay. Jai Granth Srimad Bhagavatam.
Jai.